Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, everybody. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at PiSeas Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, Spirit has pulled up a chair to tell us all about somebody's business, okay? Listen, the tea this morning is steeping hot, and if you don't believe me, we are here with Spirit, and he is ready to serve, okay? So good morning to all of my guppies swimming early in the light. Good evening to my night owls in the graveyard shift. Big old warm-filled love to my international family joining me from all over the world. Listen, if you are new to the Pisces pod, go ahead and drop a star in the chat and we will show you some love. If you are a returning friend or cousin, welcome back, everybody. You know what to do. Go ahead and drop a fish in the chat so that we can welcome you back to the Soul Circle. Let's give our newbies a warm and loving welcome to our spiritual family over here at the beach. And just so that we're clear, today's agenda consists of the following items. Number one, we'll start off with an energy reading, which is a gentle reminder just to ground and level ourselves and become one with presence. Not presence. Number two, we'll jump right on over to our divine insights, and we'll deal with these downloads and earworms that Spirit has given me this morning, followed by me going on over to the overall energy reading to figure out what is bubbling underneath the surface. Then I will pull the tarot cards to confirm everything of what I have told you. And then we will swim off with some final closing thoughts from me, your girl Mimi. Now, if you guys are ready to get into this reading, I know it seems like I'm dragging this morning, and it does feel like that. But I promise you, I got something good for y'all, okay? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want to see those scrub brushes, because now it is time for us to move that way. Here we go. Before we move forward, it is imperative that we just take a minute to ground ourselves and just to get aligned with Spirit. Okay, some of y'all been up all night tossing and turning, some of y'all been at work, some of y'all getting up for work. We need to do all of these things. All right, so let's take in 3 deep breaths. All right, we're gonna take 3 deep breaths in, hold it, and then we're gonna release. Okay, in your mind the magical number is 4. All right, here we go. Again, let's inhale clarity and peace and let go of anything that involves any tensions or distractions. Here we go. Very good, guys. One more time. Let's breathe in alignment and release anything that we don't need to carry into this moment. Beautiful. Now we're ready to clear the energy and open up space for Spirit to step in. We'll do that with the help of our friend here. Divine Spirit, we invite you into this place. Wrap us with your protection and your guidance. Surround us with your light and your love, and allow this reading to be clear, accurate, and delivered for the highest good of all those who are involved. May this moment bring insight, clarity, and truth. Thank you. Amen. I say. All right, guys, let's shift gears and prepare for a lot of fun, a little bit of truth, and some deep insight. Just as a quick and gentle reminder, this is a safe and sacred space. Your honesty and your transparency, your vulnerability, all of those things are welcome here, okay? And don't worry if this reading calls you out just a little bit, okay? We're here for all the right reasons. And if you're ready for spirit to start cooking, go ahead and drop that cooking emoji in the chat, cooking emoji, because baby, it's time for us to get in it to this. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Let's get it. Now, each day before we gather, I always take a minute just to stop and to reflect upon the immediate energies the spirit is sharing with me. Sometimes it's a download, sometimes it is a vision, and sometimes it's just a song stuck in my head. Okay. I'm not going to tell y'all a story with that one. All right. But regardless, the thing is when these things happen, I understand that that is spirit trying to share with me something that is moving through the collective. Okay. So this is what I'm receiving today. It's a very interesting feeling because I was reflecting upon something that's going on in my personal life. And I was thinking about like how less likely we are to feel like little boys and little girls again. Do y'all remember what it used to feel like to have a crush on somebody? If you remember the butterflies and the warm and fuzzies of all the things, all the feelings, all the things when you were a young boy, young girl, young person. And when I say young, I can't speak for what it used to feel like for you. But I know for me, I had my first crush around first grade. I might have been a little bit fast, but yeah, Mama K says, "Yes, I do." Now it's annoying, okay? Raise your hand in the chat if y'all ever had a crush on somebody. And so the reason why I say that is because I find myself being totally smitten over somebody, okay? Like totally smitten. And it's almost like I can't control myself. But the point of me saying all of this to you guys is this. As I was processing like the narrative of what does it feel like, because spirit was specifically showing me, and I was honestly trying to figure out if he was talking to me, if he was talking about you, right? So as I was marinating on the thought of remembering what it feels like to be joyful and juvenile and just having all the feels, right? All the warm and fuzzies, just thinking about those things that make you feel good, like as a person when you like somebody, how they used to pull your hair and chase you around the playground, pop your bra strap, slap you on the butt, whatever people used to do. I mean, think people funny nowadays, things are a little bit advanced. But I was thinking about the warm and fuzzies of having all the feelings about somebody. And then I started hearing Little C's and Little Kim song Crush on You. So I was like, okay, so definitely this is about someone having a crush, okay? Someone having that feeling, right? And then as I came to sit down and, get ready to go live, I started hearing Jazmine Sullivan's record from 2008, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, okay? And if you've never heard this song, this was on her debut album, okay? So if you never heard her song, let me explain this song to you because this encapsulates all of the feelings of what I'm feeling and experiencing right now, okay? She goes, "I'm not scared of the lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. I'm not scared to perform at a sold out affair, but I'm scared of loving you. Am I the only one who thinks it's an impossible task? Why it don't last? Is that too much to ask? Why do we love when love seems to hate us? And so that was the chorus. And she goes, sorry if I sound so filled with gloom. You say you care, and I know you do. But this is from my experience and my conclusion that it only makes sense. Just because I love you and you love me doesn't mean that we're meant to be. I can climb mountains, swim across seas, but the most frightening thing is you and me. Okay. And I said, oh my. Have you ever been in a crush situation with somebody where you have had that fear of moving forward? You like them. They give you all the warmth and feels. Like you look forward to seeing them. You don't know what to say. Sometimes you say the wrong things and, or things just come out real awkward. If y'all know what I'm talking about, I want y'all to put a heart in the chat. Okay. If y'all know what I'm talking about, if you remember that feeling with that person, and that person could be here now or a person in your past, but if you know what it feels like to have that crush feeling where it's just like, I'm really digging on you. I'm digging the scene, digging on you, baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby. But then it's like, I'm scared to matriculate past that feeling because of the fear that comes with what if I don't like it? What if I do like it, right? What if I get hurt? What if I don't? Like all of those things, right? Because we all take calculated risk. And if you're new to PiSeas Tarot, I speak about these calculated risks all the time, right? But this is to the point of where it's like, whoa, this is a little bit scary. Okay. It's like, hold on now. Let me pump the brakes. So, with that being said, whether it's a lyric, a phrase, or a feeling, it is a spiritual prompt. And please know that if we arrived here for a reason. Okay, this is where we landed. Someone needed this validation. Someone needed this confirmation. Somebody needed to feel like they weren't alone. And maybe that somebody is you. All right. So if you're ready to get into this reading, go ahead and drop those tea kettles in the chat. Because baby, I'm telling you, I got it bad. Okay. I got it bad right now. And I know I just fumbled hard yesterday. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I fumbled hard. But this ain't about me. This is about you and me together. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. So let's pour this tea and see what Spirit got to say. Because Charles, I'm trying to tell you, I will fall out. Now, I will be honest with y'all. If my elements comes out with that person, I will let y'all know. I will tell y'all the truth. I will so tell y'all the truth because y'all know I tell y'all what's going on, right? Bumbleclot. I'll be honest with you. All right. So when talking about energy, it's important to remember that the universe speaks in an abundance of languages. Sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, coincidences, colors, emotions, patterns, people, and even through silence. We just got to be quiet to be able to really experience it. 3 block to 69 says, if Aquarius and Aries pop up, I'm done. Listen, if y'all kind of afraid to hear who we going to be talking about today, just raise your hand in the chat. Just raise your hand in the chat. If you know who I could possibly talking about and you scared to even know the truth about that coming out, I want you to go ahead and raise your hand in the chat. All right, so here we go. The overall energy for today is what? Wakening the lion. Okay, wakening the lion. All right, y'all. So when we talk about lions in tarot, this is a reference of control, courage, and strength. Okay. So there's something within you that needs to be awakened in order for you to feel comfortable and confident with being able to move on. Okay. Now, I can't remember, but I shared with you guys recently about the difference between a lion. Ha, that's funny because I said I'm not scared of the lions and tigers and bears. So it's interesting because if I remember correctly, and somebody who's been here, you can let me know if I was wrong, if I'm wrong. But I believe I shared a story with you guys about how lions are communal animals. Like, they like to be around each other, they like to adorn one another, but tigers are not. They like to be left alone. And so I saw a video where a lion and a tiger like were being raised together in their natural habitat, but they were being raised together. And so the tiger would get so frustrated because the lion just would be all over it. And if you've ever seen lion videos or any type of animal videos, it's a sight to see, because the lion just walks up and just throws themselves on the other tiger. I'm sorry, on the other lion. And the lion just makes space for them. But when the lion would do that to the tiger was like, wait a minute, hold on now, pump your brakes. Like, whoa, you in my personal space.
Bomba.
And so that may be something that may be happening with you in this instance, which is probably part of the reason why you're afraid, okay, of proceeding to move forward, okay? Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. This card just came out, okay? And so maybe it's hard for you to read the other person because you may feel like you've gotten ample mixed signals, or they may have said something that is conflicting with what you're feeling and you just don't want to be vulnerable enough to put yourself out there. Write down in the chat, tell me about the person that you're crushing on. For those of you who put the hearts in the chat, I want you to let me know, what is it about that person that has you crushing, and what is it about that person that has you afraid of them, okay? I'm not scared of the lions and tigers and bears, but I'm afraid of loving you. All right, here we go. Actually, I'm going to go here first. Guides of the hidden realms, what messages do you have for us today? Focus on the brilliance. This is about focused attention, prioritizing, and persevering. Okay. Focusing, prioritizing, and perseverance. Focus on the brilliance. Okay. Now, what I find interesting about this is the two cards here, which is green representing the heart chakra and this blue that represents the throat chakra. So if you may have been having difficulties with communicating and sharing your intentions with this person, I want you to go ahead and uh, put a green and blue heart in the chat, okay? If you don't know what to say, because remember what I said, remember I find myself stumbling over my words and not know what to say. If that's your experience, I want you just to put a green and a blue heart in the chat, all right? Now, thank you to whomever gifted me. I do see that I got one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, creativity. I honor my passions. Change me, divine beloved, into one who honors my deepest creative passions and needs. Help me to value the talents that you have given, both known and unknown. Okay. Now, the reason why I said is because the word passion came up. Okay. And you might be scared to be intimate with this person. Okay. Or to cross that bridge because you're not knowing how to move forward with this. And the reason why that is standing out to me is because the color red is represented by your sexual chakra, your root chakra, okay? So the connection, the creativity, scared of disappointing them, scared of thinking that they may not like it or you may over like it, right? It is a real thing when you're crushing on somebody to be so eager and so interested to be intimate with this person. And then you're like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to cross that bridge just yet, because what if I like it? What if you don't like it? What if there's no chemistry there? What if there is a whole lot of chemistry there? Thank you, SJ, for my gifts. Okay. Like, y'all over here quiet, like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But if y'all know what I'm talking about, I want you to put down in the chat if you know, you know. Because I don't think you ever outgrow crushing on somebody. I've seen senior citizens crushing on people before, and how they get dressed up and take their flowers and they want to make sure that their tie is together. Like, I don't think you could ever outgrow the feelings of, I'm not gonna say the birds and the bees, but the feelings of um crushing and liking somebody. Like, when you like somebody, when you want to be with them, if you know, you know. Okay? If you know, you know. Thank you, Mr. Wanna Feel the Heat. Yeah, if you know, you know. All right. What's up, moving man? Okay. So how is this showing up for us in our everyday life? Y'all, I got it bad. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Ooh, child. I fumbled hard last night. It was like I went to go throw the ball and the ball just went pew, the opposite direction. Okay. All right. So how is this showing up for us in our day-to-day life? I'm probably gonna be ashamed of myself. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Shame on you. Okay. Whatever. All right. So here we go. Solitude. Okay. You may be you may be spending time alone doing some reflecting and assessing. You could be looking at self-help books or looking and doing research on how to really connect with this person, okay? But regardless, there may have even been a period of time where you may have had a breakage or like a separation between this person, which has caused you to want to spend time alone, okay? But there is definitely something happening here. There is a shift happening where one is trying to overcome and talk themselves into overcoming this hurdle of disappointment. But in the same retrospect, it is also um one of those things where it's just like, okay, there is a fear here. Okay, there is a fear here. And it could be the fear of inadequacy, the fear of rejection, the fear of loss, the fear of grief, right? All of those different lower vibrational things, which makes sense, right? That you may be operating from that space because you're also thinking with your sexual chakra, which is the lowest one. Okay. So if you know, you know. Okay. If you know, you know. Now, as we dig into the energy and move forward and talk about not only you, but the potential person that's involved here, okay? I want you to stay focused on what resonates and let the rest float away. If it doesn't feel like yours, don't force it, okay? Do not force it. I can't say that enough, all right? Now, what is the first clue here? Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. Okay. So you may have a guardian angel that is here that is trying to guide you. Or you may have an ancestor or a relative that has crossed over. Okay. But you do have a guardian angel that is here watching over you. And it could be just your assigned angels that were given to you at birth. Okay. My point in sharing this with you is that there is someone working with you on this other side that is here to let you know it's okay and it's safe. And there is a warmth that comes with this fear. So this is not the cold feet type of fear. This is the type of fear that is like, it is so positive. You don't want to mess it up. You just don't you and it may be that you're overthinking, but everything about this person turns you on. If y'all know what I'm talking about, put the hot emoji in the chat, the hot one, okay?
Little butterfly in my stomach and vagina.
Okay? That's what we dealing with today, all right? Now, let's continue. Nurture others and also nurture yourself, okay? So this may be where you're struggling, right? Because you're trying to be gentle and compassionate towards their feelings, but you're also ignoring and neglecting your own, right? And it goes back to where if you would just say something, you would have the forward movement energy of love that you're looking for. But it's very difficult for you to be able to say something because it's like, but what if I say the wrong things? Or what if I say the right things? What if they don't feel that way about me? That I just threw myself out there and embarrassed myself? But what if they do feel that way about you and they're trying to feel you out? You understand? Like, there is such an overwhelming fear here about what this person may think, and I think that that is basically rooted in rejection. You don't want to hear the word no, and that is where June 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 says, "Here we go. I'm feeling attacked." June, I am not coming for you, girl. Sir, ma'am, I can't see your emoji, but what I will tell you is I'm in the same boat and I'm feeling attacked, and I'm just spilling the beans about myself. Where's my spilled a t-shirt when you need it? All right. All right, here we go. Ask for help. I can't make this up. You are being asked to request help from another. If you don't need to deal with this issue, you don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. And it's a sign of strength to reach out, and you should do that today. Okay. Thank you for my gift, June. Now, remember I told you about this guardian angel being on the other side? There is someone that is here to help you on the spiritual side of things, right? Ask for help. And the funny part is, like, for those of you who pray and believe in the power of prayer, you have not even thought about praying about it. Like, you've been shouldering this level of confusion. And what I will always stop to tell you is God does not give us the spirit of fear, but giving us power, love, and a sound mind. And if you are that apprehensive because you are confused, that is your sign number one that this is not the person for you. Have you prayed about this person? Have you asked God to open up your eyes and to show you one way or the other? I swear, I woke up and had a dream about this person. I had a dream about this person. And the same stuff that I'm struggling with today is the very same thing that I had a dream about. Now, for me, because I pay attention to those things, I was like, okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want this. But everything about this person, it feels good, it looks good, it smells good. Like, everything about them just makes me feel like, oh, I am so curious. And then the other part of it is like, now we've talked before about people with this BDE. Y'all know what I'm saying? If y'all know what I'm talking about, write that down in the chat. Okay. When I tell you it's in full effect, oh my gosh, I be scared, y'all. I be scared. Okay. Like, I be so attracted to it, but then at the same time, I be like,
what the this cannot be.
You understand? I'm frightened, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. And I feel like that may be how you're feeling right now. Okay. Let's do a poll. If you got somebody in your life right now that you crushing on, or you had somebody in your life that you was crushing on, and you feel like me, you feel like you fumbled, I want you to put a black heart in the chat. Okay, a black heart. You scared. You scared. I'm scared. I had to say it. I'm scared. And they said, scared of what? Woo, child. Fumbled. Okay. Ball went all the way back that way. I went to go throw it. The ball went out my hand and went pew. Actually, I'm going to tell you what really happened. I went to go throw it. And it went. Can't make this up. Moschemo. Okay, or Mashimo, however you want to say this. This is masculine pride, toxic masculinity, meeting manly expectations. Okay. Ooh, I can't make this up, y'all. I can't make it up. Okay. Now, if you're a woman, it could be the opposite. It could be feminine pride, toxic femininity, meeting feminine expectations. This person may also feel like you doing a whole lot of this. All right. They may be thinking that you're talking a whole lot of skit. All right. And the reason why I say that is because somebody said I suffer from an overload of BDE. That's why I'm scared, because I'm trying to tell you this person got it. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm afraid. Like, ooh, I have been warned. I got to take caution. You understand? Because I know what's going on here. Okay. I see it. I sense it. I smell it. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. And baby, in that moment thereof, we're not playing with it.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
And the sad part is when I tried to be transparent and tell this person, like, this is what my blocker is, they don't believe me. But the thing is, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of me wants to be like, oh, yes, ma'am. But then the other part of me, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, okay. I'm not scared of the lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. All right. Fake flexing. They act rich. They floss money. They act fancy. They show off, etc. Okay. So they may be fake flexing, pretending that they got more than what they have. Okay. That ties back into that BDE. Okay. Trying to pretend to be more than what they are because they're trying to impress you just as much as you're trying to impress them. Okay. And I'm telling you, it's all of the feels. Okay. It's all of the feels. It's all of the things, right? Moving man said, this is a fact. Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to tell y'all. Like, they want to impress you just as much as you want to impress them. And it's at the point of like, where do you cross that threshold of vulnerability? You know, where do you, oh Lord, Dino says, you finna have me call her and pour my heart out. Listen, let's continue to go down this path before we do anything. Let's see what we got, what we cooking with. All right, now y'all, not moving man saying, Dino, don't do it. Listen, all right, y'all, the plot just may have thickened, ladies and gentlemen. We have double life. This person is a liar, deception, and in another relationship. Let's ask the question. Are you crushing on somebody that may be in another relationship, and maybe that's the reason why you're afraid? Like, it's too good to be true that this person may be single? Are you afraid that they may be single? Kathy said yes. I know that's part of my vice as well. You know, part of my vice is like, what if I cross that bridge and then I learn that you can't, how do I say this? I operate now with such a level of delicacy when it comes to me and my heart and my feelings, just as a mature 41-year-old. And even though in this instance I feel so immature about everything, I am very careful about how and where I put my sexual energy, because if it's not going to move forward and go anywhere, I just don't even want to cross that line. And so for me, that's part of the reason why I'm like scared, because it's like, I don't know. I might like this way too much. I may enjoy this way too much. And I don't want to be in no loop-de-loop about nothing and being confused about nothing. I don't want to get stuck in spin cycle. You understand? I don't want to get stuck parked in dumb and stuck on stupid. Just like, huh? I don't want that to be me. If I cross that bridge and I like it and you like it, I want to know we can go somewhere. Not just get stuck on an island and do nothing. You know, like, I don't want that. Oh, listen, y'all. A situation is about to explode. It's about to go up in flames. It's about to pop off. It is about to pop off, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this situation is about to explode, which is what I told y'all. I felt like I fumbled and I fumbled bad, okay? And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do, y'all. I was so excited. I didn't know what to do. And then it went up in flames. Now, one of the reasons why you may be curious and hesitant about moving forward is because this person has an addiction, and or you may have one and you don't want to open up Pandora's box. Because what if you do it, and what if you like it, and what if it feel good? What if, ladies and gentlemen, what if? Okay, what if? All right, that's the true emotion here. Like, what if? All right. Now, I want y'all to go ahead and start dropping those zodiac signs in the chat. Drop those zodiac signs in the chat because I want to know whose business we finna get into, y'all. Let me tell you, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So just because I don't call out your element group today does not mean that my cross watchers have to exit the stage left. Okay, you don't. You don't at all. All right. So my point in saying all of this is person A is the person who needs to ask for help. You do have spiritual teams on the other side that is willing to guide you through this. And trust me, they're doing everything behind the scenes to help pull the strings to help get you across this. But there is still an innate fear that is here that is not allowing you to be able to move forward. And that's where we keep getting stuck here. But be encouraged, okay? Be encouraged. You need to nurture yourself, okay? Just like you will have that level of empathy and compassion and kindness for anyone else, you need to have that for yourself during this time. And I want you to know, most importantly, that this is about to go down, okay? I know you've been putting off on it. I know you've been waiting, but it's about to go down. Okay, it's about to go down. Now, is it going to go down in a positive way or is it going to go down in a negative way? We about to find out. Now, this other person B here, they may be having, that masculine or feminine pride, toxic masculinity or femininity, meeting their expectations, okay? And meeting manly is in air quotes, okay? So we talking about what goes down in the boom room, y'all. Y'all know how they used to say no champagne in the strawberry room or something like that? What was that funny song that Chris Rock had? I think that was something to that effect. But when it comes to this person and with this, when you go there, baby, it's gonna get This person may knock your block off. And you might be just like, okay. There is a fear that this person could be living a double life. Okay, they could be a liar, could be deceptive, they could be in another relationship. This person may also deal with some fake flexing here, acting like they got money and they got it going on and they really don't, which could also be a reason why they might be afraid to move forward with you because they've created the standard that they got it like that. And you over here just eyes wide open, mouth wide open, like legs wide open. I mean, all of the above.
Ow.
Okay. And this could be also part of the reason why they have this addiction going on, this sexual addiction. Okay. All right, so drop those zodiac signs in the chat. Drop those zodiac signs in the chat, because here's the real business. This the real business? This is the real question. Like, whose business is this? Here we go. Y'all, if y'all ready to find out whose business this is, I want you to go ahead and put those magnifying glasses, because baby, we listen, we don't judge, we zoom in, we get all the details, and then we go, oh, and then we back on out. All right, here we go. Person A. Person A. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me tell you something. When I saw that fire sign with that explosion, I knew then that this could possibly be who we're talking about. Where are my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? Where are the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Where you at? Put those fire signs in the chat. Put those fire signs in the chat if you or the person that we're talking about is a fire sign.
Oh my God.
Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you are coming through today as the Emperor, okay? This is about respect. This is leadership, stability, structure, rules, and power, authority, a father figure, protection, control, discipline, focus, and practicality, okay? So if you or your person is the fire sign, okay, this is what we're talking about. Now here, keep in mind, people, that the energy can be inverted, okay? I'm just trying to give a narrative to tell a story. Now, who is person B in all of this? Person B is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Where is all my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? I'm out to clear. Where's all my air signs? If you or your person is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, go ahead and put the clouds in the chat. Today, you are coming through as the 9 of Swords, person B. You are coming in as the 9 of Swords reverse, which is inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrecy, releasing worry and hope, and reaching out. Okay? So, inner turmoil, deep-sealed secrets, fears, releasing worry, hope, reaching out. Okay. So there is some type of, well, obviously there's a huge disconnect here. Okay. This is a huge disconnect. But what I'm saying is that there is obviously, y'all, oh my gosh, let me jump into this. All right, if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want to see those magnifying glasses, because baby, here we go. We need to get into it, because I'm finna go. I'm about to go there. All right, so if y'all ready, here we go. All right, y'all. Now, here's the thing. This is where the energy of what I've been talking about this whole time meets the message. This is where I bring clarity, confirmation, and even a little bit of conviction. So Spirit might get to talking, okay? And we just got to listen, all right? Now, if you think Spirit has already been talking, I want you to go ahead and put those coffee cups in the chat. But what I was picking up on, what I decided to pause and pump the brakes, was person B has this hard exterior. They have this hard exterior. But when you really get to know them underneath the surface, they're nothing like what you think they are. Okay, they're nothing like what you think they are. They have the softest of hearts, softest of souls. They have the most beautifulest and pure connection. Okay. And I know beautifulest is not a word. It's the most beautiful. However, They have the beautifulest energy to them. And I think that's a part of why you are gravitating towards them, is because you see that, you sense that, you feel it, right? But here's the thing. They do the most to hide that. They do the most to shelter how they really truly feel and how they really truly think, okay? And so they weaponize their sexual abilities to be able to produce and provide in that aspect, because they're afraid of getting their feelings hurt, right? They're afraid of getting their heart broken, as are you, fire signs, okay? But it's gotten to the point now where it's so much actual tension here. When I tell you that one cannot exist without the other. So there's definitely this instantaneously match here between this fire and this air sign. You can't get fire without air, period. Okay? You can't get fire without air. So this is obviously a immediate connection, right? But it's also one of which where there's an imbalance, okay? Because when we think about fire and air, fire is hot and dry, and then air is cool and dry. So there is things where you guys come together and you gel and match well. But then there's also things that if you examine it closely where there is an extreme disconnect, okay? And you're trying to figure out like if that's enough for you to put the brakes on this, or if this is really truly enough for you to go ahead and to proceed and just do so with caution. All right, so let's see. What is going on with my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Why are they crushing on this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius like this? Like feeling like a teenage girl again. All right. The first thing is that we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Part of the thing with this energy here is that it feels like you have fumbled, okay? It feels like you have fumbled, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have been trying to compose yourself. It's like you're trying to put on an image here. You're trying to present yourself in one way that you feel like this person would be attracted to you, right? But the reality is this person likes you for who you are already by yourself. Like neglecting yourself, neglecting or hiding your feelings or your true emotions. If you open up just a little bit, it feels like they will give you just a little bit of insight that you need. So it's like they're looking for confirmation. They're looking for validation. They're looking to connect with you in a way that they need for you to open up your mouth and to communicate and to say something. But then in the same aspect, it's like because you're giving I'm unsure, they are also unsure. Now, if you resonate with person A today, I want you to put in the chat what is making you feel like you can't come forward and tell this person how you really truly feel. So, sir, put down in the chat, bro, they have a boyfriend. Do I like a bro to you? Bro. But I'll be your bro. Hey, bro. Okay. I want you to write down in the chat why you feel like you can't let this person know how you feel about them.
Bruh.
All right, person B. Person B. You are coming in as a 10 of Pentacles this morning. Okay? So here's what I'm immediately picking up with this. I truly believe that person B does match your energy, okay? Person B does match your energy, okay? Person B, yes, moving man. Person B is in a space where I believe that they really like you as well. They also enjoy the company. They're very, very happy. They feel fulfilled with you. Um, but there also is this fear that they're watching you get away at the same time, okay? There is a fear that you, if they don't do these things to get your attention, they may feel like you may be the one that's walking away. When I tell you this person thinks very highly of you, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius thinks you are the Queen of Sheba and or the King of Zamunda, okay? When they see you, it's like their heart is skipping beats, okay? So not only are you overly excited to see them, but they're also feeling the same way about you, okay? And it is cute, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. It's cute. There is a friendship here like no other. There is loyalty here. Okay. So that could be part of the intrepidation, is that you don't want to move forward because you're afraid of compromising the friendship. But I'm telling you, on both ends, when you see this person, you just over here like, I ain't scared of the lions, tigers, and bears. Like, what do you need me to do? Okay. It's like, what you need me to do? Where you need me to be? What you want me to give? Like, whatever you want, I got it. Okay. And that ties into like this fake flexing where they think that you want and like certain things so much so that you have to have it in a certain way. Okay. So if you can relate to person B here, I want you to tell me what is it about this person that really turns you on? What is it about this person that really does it for you? Like, what feelings do they really give you, and what do you feel emotionally? Okay? Now remember, there is a huge difference between a feeling and an emotion. Feelings are the onset for a physiological response which becomes an emotion. We really only have 7 feelings, but we have we have 7 emotions, but we have many different feelings, okay? So I want you to write down, how does this person make you feel? And then I want you to also put in the chat, and what emotion do they give you? Do you smile? Are you happy? Are you angry? You know, like, what is it? Okay. Now, Movie Man said her scent, accent, laughter, silliness. Okay. It's got a few things there. All right. Now, what is favorable about this situation right now? We got the 6 of Swords in reverse, folks. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Now, this is supporting you right now. Okay, and I know that that seems like a hard pill to swallow when I tell you that this person is not able to just easily let go of this. Okay, there has been thoughts, there has been concerns, but it's like I feel like I'm stuck. Remember, I told you guys during the energy reading, I don't want to feel like I'm stuck, right? And in this instance, it's like you're feeling all the things. And if you think about the positive and the negative end of the spectrum, you're feeling all of those feelings in between. Okay. It's like, oh, it's given, but it's also given. You know what I mean? Like, oh, y'all see that? You see the difference? It's like, ow, ow. Okay. Like, it's like all of the above, right? So there is no happy spectrum between point A and point B, okay? There's no happy medium in this. It's like you all in, or you ooh, or you ooh. You see what I'm saying? Like you just ooh, ooh. You know, like you just go back and forth like a seesaw all day long, okay? You're vacillating between your feelings and your emotions, okay? And that's what makes this very peculiar. However, what is supporting you in this is the same thing that makes you curious about them is the same things, if not more, that is making them equally as curious about you. Okay? But this is where you stumble. You stumble with wanting to take the next step. And it's like every time you get the inkling that they're ready to take that next step, you like, ooh.
Do not come.
Okay. And that's where we're struggling here. That's exactly where we're struggling because it's like we can't proceed to move forward because neither one of us wants to be the first one to admit this is how we're really truly feeling. And it's very peculiar. Okay. It's very peculiar because it's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Okay. And they may be asking you a lot of questions about what your dating life is. And you may be even asking them questions and they don't even give you any information, right? You may ask them something simple like, oh, is this a family trip? Is this a work trip? Or is this a vacation? Right? And instead of them giving you the clarity, they may choose to gloss over that question that was asked. Okay. And so it is very much so a very contentious situation because it's like everything that you're doing is like you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And because you're so afraid to take this calculated risk, you just like, oh. And now that you look up, both of y'all are just creating these illusions about who you are. And let me be the first to tell you.
All a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Kathy says on point. Moving Man says exactly. Tammy says they may be playing in your face. Oh no. Moving says he follows says she be lying, so I don't want to ask her anything. Listen. We too old to be lying. We too old to be lying, okay? Now, let me ask you this. What signals or strengths have you seen show up for you lately? What has motivated you lately to feel like I can't let go of this, even though I feel like I possibly should let go of this, okay? And I want you to write that down. I want you to write that down in the chat. Now, what is consequential and problematic about this? Your indecisiveness, okay? You have so many things to think about and so many things to consider. It's at the point like it's like mental and emotional overload, okay? It's like you are so emotionally firing off. You know, you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about your house, you're thinking about your career, you're thinking about your peace, you're thinking about what this could feel like. There's a lot of unknown here. You're like, okay, I want to change and go with the transformation, but then it's like, ooh, I'm scared. So what do I focus on? What do I focus on? I am not scared of the lions and tigers and bears, but I am scared of loving you. And this is where we get into this justification or justification, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. This is where the conundrum comes in, right? Because it's like, hey. You see, it's like what in the world is going on here? It makes no sense. Okay? So let me ask you this. If you fail to make a decision, okay? What do you think can happen? What is the best and the worst thing that can happen? What is the best result? They can say, if you can make the decision to move forward and come forward and to open up your feelings, and they could be like, man, me too. Okay? They really could. The worst that can happen, they can be like, what? I don't like you like that. Okay? They might be looking at you like, huh? How did you ever get that impression I like you like that?
Stop it. What?
Or, again, they could be so excited about you that you came forward. They probably like, whew, finally. Yahoo! Okay? So what is the best and the worst thing that can happen? If you fail to make a decision, what are the two ends of the spectrums of how this can work for you? Either they can say, yes, I feel the same way too. Or they can say, no, I don't feel that way at all. All right. And I want you to write that down in the chat. What is the best and the worst thing that can happen here? Like, what do you think will happen if you continue to go down that path? All right. Write that down in the chat. Now, what is this trying to teach you? All right. Ooh. We got the Hermit in reverse, y'all. Okay. Now, remember I said early on that there may have been one of those instances where there has been a disconnect, like there has been some type of reason for pause or reason for concern, okay? There has definitely been some of that going on here, all right? Now, here's the thing. You are right to exercise caution. You are right to proceed the way that you're moving through with this, right? Because let's be honest, both of us have trust issues, okay? Both of us have our hesitancies, our both of us are faltering because nobody wants to get hurt, right? Nobody wants to get hurt, okay? However, nobody wants to feel like they're being irrational or immature or making a rash decision as well. And so a lot of this is about, like that fear of flying, okay? It's like you want to say something to them and then you start talking about it and then like you don't think that you're going to get the reaction that you're looking for. So then you like,
What do you mean by that?
okay? So it's a lot of conflicting feelings here, okay? And the reality is you won't know how this person feels because they're holding back just like you holding back. So somebody gonna have to say something, okay? And it feels like either you or this other person, but I really feel like more than not, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is going to be the person that is going to come towards you first and say something. Okay, I think they're going to get tired. And the reason why I say I think they're going to get tired is going back to their foundational energy here. I think that they're going to get tired of feeling like they're carrying this burden alone. Okay, they're tired of feeling like I am the only one feeling like this. And the reality is they're not. They're not. Okay, moving man said, I ain't saying skip. Okay, and that's fine. You ain't got to. But I do feel like they are going to be the one that's going to break that glass. Okay, I feel like they're going to be the one, and then when they come forward and they say it to you, you're going to be looking at them like,
I found that comment to be very suspect.
okay. But here's the thing, you waiting for the other shoe to drop. What if it don't?
Oh my God.
What if it don't? What if they serious just like you serious? What if they like, you know what? All right, I think I can match that energy. Okay? What if they like,
Let's get it on.
okay? What if? But we can't be so doggone afraid of the outcome. We just got to live in the moment. And I'm saying this to you as if I'm not talking to myself as well. We need to let go of the fear of moving forward and just be present in the moment. Just take one step forward and enjoy it. And that's what this is trying to teach you. Okay? It's not about you learning how to be immature. This is about you stopping overthinking. Stop overthinking. Stop miscalculating. Stop trying to pretend like it's nothing. You're more comfortable with your secret admiration for this person than you are opening up your mouth and saying something. Okay? And that can get annoying too, because if people can't read you one way or the other, guess what they do? They check out. But you over here acting like a elementary girl again, a little teenage boy again. And you over here holding on to your secret for dear life. You holding on to your secret like you got dirty panties on in an emergency room or dirty drawers on in an emergency room. Knowing that your drawers ain't been clean all day long. And now you got to take off your undies and you just like,
Keep that a secret.
You can't. You can't. Okay, it's time for you to take it off. Movie Man said, I'll just put it in a journal. Okay, so this is where you just like, ooh.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
Now, what do you need to do to heal? Okay, what do you need to do? You're going to have to make a decision. You are going to have to make a decision with this 3 of Wands, okay? Listen, I know that you over here indecisive. I know that you can't make sense of what's going on here. I know how you feel. Okay? I know how you feel. I just told y'all I've been dealing with this in my own personal life. And it has gotten to be so crazy where it's just like I got called to the carpet, y'all. And I knew when I was being called to the carpet, I couldn't even get up. I was just like, okay, I'm going to stay over here. Okay? Like I was put on Front Street and it was like, right now. I was like, right now, right now. Like right now, right now, right now. And I was just like, I couldn't move, y'all. I was like, and a person said to me, you ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. And I was thinking to myself, and as I went to go ahead and throw the ball, it fell out the back end and went 10 yards the opposite direction. And that was not what I meant to do at all. And I knew I was fumbling, y'all. I knew I was fumbling. And what is Spirit telling you today? You're going to have to make a decision. If you want to see progress, if you want to see success, if you want to see growth, if you want to see what's possible, you are going to have to say something. But choosing the lesser of the evils is going to make you leave something behind. And that's not what you're trying to do. Okay? But me, on the other hand, fumble. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I don't want this to be you. I don't want this to be you. I don't want this to be you, baby. I want you to get all that you desire. Okay? Me, on the other hand, I'm just shaking in my boots. Okay? I'm like, no. No. Like, why? I couldn't believe it. Even my homegirl had to call me out. She said, you've been waiting for this moment forever. And I said, I know, and I couldn't even do it.
Completely not true.
I just couldn't. Okay? I had the winning shot in my hand since it's the NBA Finals. NBA. I had the perfect arch, and all of a sudden the ball just went. Or, you know, they come and you trying to do your shot, and then they go, get it out of here. And just take the ball and go score. And now they don't want, you know. I mean, I can't make this up. All right. So what do we need to do here? All right, what do we need to do? Several cards fell out. What do we need to do here? It's time for you to stop overthinking about it. It's time for you to stop with the delays. It's time for you to open up. Okay? It's time for you to take a step forward and to be able to articulate what it is that you have to say. But for some reason or another, every time you go to try to talk to this person, something comes over you. You just like,
mystery illness. What? A mystery illness.
All of a sudden, you can't even open up your mouth and tell this person. You go, and like nothing comes out. All right. And this person is getting so irritated with you because they're looking at you like,
all right, then keep your secrets.
Okay. Keep it as a secret. They want to know. They've been curious all this time. They literally have been curious all this time. And you just over here just like, yeah.
Embarrassing.
There are no words to articulate how this is making you feel right now. There are no words. And now that you may be feeling like you fumbled, you sitting over here looking like,
Damn.
all right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. Okay. The King of Swords, which is this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this energy. Okay. And what I will tell you is that this person is very sharp, very wise. Okay. Very intellectual. They know what they want and they go for what they want. Tammy, stop laughing at me in this chat. Okay. Stop laughing because girl, all I'm going to tell you is it's funny until it happened to you. Now I have a whole different level of empathy and understanding for men when, you know, they go and do their thing and, you know, all of a sudden they be all excited that their body be like, ooh.
Denied.
Yeah, I definitely have empathy for men now because now I'm less likely to call them out their name. I ain't gonna go there if they've been so ready for this moment. And, you know, they get there and then they disappointed. I ain't judging nobody no more because now I know what it feels like to be one.
Clown.
I'm just saying, okay? Now, this person that we're talking about here, okay? So either you are the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in this, or you're the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But regardless, the person that we're talking about is very thoughtful. They're very sharp, okay? They're very articulate. They know what they want. They may have a really good profession where they have to think for a living and be articulate for a living. So this is someone who knows how to put things together. They know how to plan. They know how to strategize. They know how to empower themselves. They know. Okay. They know. They're always prepared. They're never caught off guard. They're very sharp. Okay. Very astute. This person, they know. They know. They know, okay? You might as well call them shawty low because they know, all right? Now, what does all of this mean, okay? What does all of this mean? I wouldn't be surprised if this person matches your energy because I do feel like they feel the same way about you. However, I also think that they find you very obscure. I feel like there's an enigma here about you that they can't totally put their finger on. And this is where they're trying to like feel you out as well. Okay. So like no one's being direct here. Okay. In essence, nobody is being direct. Everyone is trying to play coy and be shy here. And what I'm telling you is while that may be okay for right now, the failure to come forward and articulate your thoughts, feelings, and emotions will resort in this person getting to the point to where they back off altogether because of the level of uncertainty. Okay. They're not sure about how you feel about them. And they're just like, I'm tired of thinking about it. So now we're at the point where, you know, it's like either you come forward and you say something or you lose out on an opportunity. We have gotten there. Remember I said there is no midway point. Okay. It goes from ow to ow. It's no medium. All right. So let's clarify this real quick. We have the Four of Wands. Okay. Now, once you come forward and admit to this person, I do see this person being very excited about it. They may even say something to you like, oh, well, why didn't you say something sooner? And you just like, sooner?
2,000 years later.
You know you've tried. You've tried. You've tried to say everything that you needed to say. You've tried to write it in a text. You've written it in a note. You've journaled. You have expressed how you feel, but you never told them You never told them. So the question is, why are you so afraid to tell them? Okay? Why are you so afraid to tell them? I want you to write this down. Why are you afraid to admit to this person how you feel? All right? Why are you afraid to tell this person how you feel? Write that down in the chat. Now, we got the Queen of Cups here. Okay? In reverse. All right? Oh my God. Moving man said, I wrote a whole email and then I put it in the trash. What? Now, why would you do that?
That's funny.
Okay. So Tammy says rejection, and I agree with that. No one wants to be rejected. Okay. And so with the Queen of Cups being here in reverse, okay, while on one hand, you do feel like this person is your happily ever after, okay, and they feel the same way about you. I also feel like with this Queen of Cups here in reverse, okay, I do feel like there is some type of hesitancy here about, okay, I'm not sure if you're telling the truth. It almost feels like they're trying to lead you on, right? And there's like that hesitation, like, I don't even think you for real. I just think you just want to try it because I put it out here, but I'm not even sure if you're telling the truth. And that's where it's kind of just like, ooh, okay. So that's where it's like you also may need to be, like I said earlier, praying about it or asking like your spiritual guides or your spiritual team for help on how to move forward, because it definitely does feel like they're hiding something, and it definitely feels like they're not being totally transparent and candid with their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, okay?
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
So this has definitely put you in a peculiar space, okay? This has caused you some type of intrepidation, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. This has put you in like a very peculiar situation. And if we're being honest, it's like you don't know if it's a green light or red light, but I will say the double life that is here, this person is a liar. They're fake flexing about what their lifestyle looks like. They're being deceitful about their intentions with you. They're being deceitful about what they want altogether. Their deceitful could be that they're trying to hide behind their true feelings, right? But the reality is there may be another relationship, and they might even keep trying to say that it's you that's in another relationship. But I feel like they may have something on the side. Now, I'm not going to say it's a for real relationship, a whole relationship. It can be a piece of a relationship, but they do have somebody else in the background that they deal with. And it's not even a surprise because this person is fine. Okay, this person is fine.
She doesn't even go here.
Okay, fine. Okay, oh my God, you know what kind of fine I'm talking about. When they walk in and they start coming in smelling good, and then they pheromones start talking to your pheromones, and y'all over here signaling stuff back and forth to your body parts. They say something, you just giggle. It wasn't even funny. They ask you a question and you just like, you say something stupid. They may ask you, what did you have for lunch today? And you like, I just took a break. I didn't even have lunch today.
Oh, hell no.
And then you be sitting there thinking, like, why did I just say that?
What the this cannot be.
You don't know what to say. And you're so afraid of saying the wrong things that you saying all of the stupidest things. And it's just like, what is happening here?
I need everybody's alcohol. She needs some more vodka. Yeah, can somebody give me some more vodka, please?
Okay? It's like you don't know what bag to come from. You are so prepared in your everyday life when it comes to everything else. But then when it comes to this person, you keep saying today is going to be the day I'm going to put on my big boy or big girl Pampers and just let it go. And then when you get around them, you be like,
oh man, not again.
You get stuck again. They come around you looking good, smelling good. You over here like, ooh, come here. Let me smell your neck crease. Let me smell your armpit. Let me just, ooh. You know the feeling? But then when you gotta articulate something, you can't even think straight because this person has that appeal. They have that whip appeal on you. And then you open up your mouth. They ask you a question. You stuttering, stumbling, rambling, not making a lick of sense. And the next thing you know, you tell yourself,
shut up. Shut up. That is so stupid.
And then you're like, well, damn. I did it again. I fumbled again. And then next thing you know, you can't get out of your head. You're stuck in your feelings. You're just like, oh, now what do I do? Oh. Okay. Now what do I do? Now what do I say? So you may say a lot of things to this person after the fact because you don't know what to say in real time. And you so busy trying to figure out like how to have a conversation. And then you get away from them and y'all get on the text message and y'all start going back and forth with these text messages. And this person is like, why couldn't you just tell me that in my face when I saw you? So now they calling you out. They think you always talking skit. You don't even know what to say. But let me give you some game. If you don't know what to say to this person, you need to download ChatGPT. And you can put in the ChatGPT what you want to say, how you need to say it, and express yourself and your feelings, and then tell ChatGPT to help you say what you need to say. And you can be flirty, you can be casual, you can be whatever, spicy, you can say whatever you want to say. But this is what's causing this person to be frustrated because, like I said before, when you around them, you say all of the most stupidest things. And it's just like, you just be like, where did that even come from? They ask you, what's your favorite color? And you say, rice. They really looking at you like, huh? But it's really because you are so mesmerized by this person that you can't think straight. Okay? Like, it's one of those things where you just lose it. So because of that, okay? Because of that, there is an imbalance here. Because this person is like, they're interested in wanting to know more about you. But then you're not exactly selling yourself either. Okay? You're not exactly selling yourself. And so now it's just like, what do I do? What do I do? Okay? I'm telling you, this is one of the most craziest feelings because it's like, you can at least say something, but then it's like you still scared when you say what you say. And you just like, oh man, not again. Damn. And then when you finally get the nerve and the courage to go and say something to this person, now they don't even know what to say because you be all over the place. They interested, and then you say something stupid, and they're like, what? And then you say something prolific, and now they just like, you understand how confusing this can be? Okay. And this is not just on your part. This is their part. They don't know how to go for it. Okay. And at this point, I really feel like you have been thinking like, you know what? At this point, I think you just been like, just give me the, and we'll go from there. Okay. That's really where we at. You just like, you know what? Okay. And you might even be so straight and just go ahead and just say what you got to say. And I feel like it's going to be very nauseating, very trying for you. I feel like you're going to be texting that text because that's the best way that you could communicate. And when you hit the send button, you're going to be like, oh.
Makes me like sick to my stomach.
Okay. I'm telling you. I know, baby. I know. I feel so sorry for you because I understand. Okay. But as they say in the streets, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay. Closed mouths don't get fed. So once you finally jump over this hurdle of feeling like you can't say what you want to say and you can't express yourself and you just don't know how to do it, I'm telling y'all, listen, let me put y'all up on game. Let me put you up on game, okay? Y'all need to go out for drinks one night. Have a real good time. Get sloppy, toppy, hillbilly, intoxicated. And somehow or another, either you invite them back to your house or they come back to your house. And y'all just gonna have to go do the hokey pokey. And get it over with. Just cross the bridge. Force yourself to cross the bridge. And once you do it, you'll feel like the champion that you are. Yeah. You'll be feeling like you're the man on these streets. Okay? You'll be over here like, woo, child. I need it. And next thing you know, you'll be all over they house and they all over your house and y'all doing all of this stuff. And, you know, as soon as you get that doggone text message, you be like, oop, I'm on my way. Y'all know how it go. Y'all start getting some of that good, and y'all don't know what to do with yourself. Next thing you know, you over there, you calling in to work, talking about you sick, talking about you not feeling good, making up lies and excuses just to stay home so you can go back and get you
another one.
I already know how that works. You be so in love, so in awe, like you done lost your damn mind. Or they could be looking at you like, what?
What the fuck was that?
But I don't think it's going to be that at all. I know it feels like that. I know it feels like you're like, ooh, but I'm telling you, you got to go have a real good happy hour and have a happy ending.
But what the hell, boy?
I'm just telling you. All right. Now at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Emperor in reverse. Okay, we do have the Emperor in reverse, which speaks to how this is making you feel threatened. This is making you feel insecure. This is making you feel like you don't know how to proceed to move forward. Okay, so this is one of those things where it's definitely complicated. Okay, I'm not telling you you're wrong, but I do feel like if you just go ahead and jump in, make sure you protect yourself, make sure you wrap it up. Okay, and just go for the gusto. Okay, just go for it. You never know. You might get your check cashed. Okay, boo. Just give me my money. Now, if you're ready to find out how this story ends, I want you to put the paper, pen, and notebook emojis. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm so serious. Don't laugh. I have a real problem over here, okay? I'm just telling you, I do. Go ahead and drop your paper, pen, and notebook emojis. Paper, pen, and notebook emojis. It's time for us to get to these closing thoughts, all right? What happens after y'all go to the boom boom room? What's going to happen? Are you going to wake up in a daze? Are you going to wake up feeling all the warm and fuzzies? Or are you going to wake up and just be like, man, what in the...
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
All right. Let's find out. Here we go. Now, ladies, let me help you out a little bit. Before you go out, I need you to take a shower and wash all of the nicks and crevices of your lady parts. Because what you don't want is for the man of your dreams to be down there and he like, ooh.
And it stunk so bad.
You don't want that to be out there. Okay? I don't want that to be out there about you, and you don't want that to be out there about you, okay? You want them, listen. Man, woman, boy and girl, cat and dog, okay? Wherever you fall, okay? I want you to wake up after your little 20-minute nap break. I want you to wake up and I want you to look like James Brown did in This Is a Man's World, where he was all sweaty and hair all over his head, looking like I look like when she said that was rude. I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. I want you to enjoy yourself. Okay? I want you to wake up looking like me when I don't sleep with my bonnet on, okay? Y'all know that. Y'all on TikTok, go look at James Brown. When he was sweating, he come out of nowhere to myself. This is a man's world. But I want him to say, wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. That's how I want you to feel. Okay? That's how I want you to feel. Okay? That's how I want you to feel. All right. So as we respectfully step out of this business and land at the final potential outcome, I say potential because we cannot predict free will. Okay? Now, free will is always at play. Okay? Spirit can show you the path to take. All right? But it's up to you to walk it. Okay? It's up to you to walk it. So I'm over here dropping cards, just thinking about it. Woo, child. Look at y'all. Some of y'all like, I'm ready. And then somebody else over here like,
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just...
Okay? So, what's going to happen here? Let's find out. Tammy said, I'm scared. Me too, girl. Me too, girl. Me too. All right. So, what is going to likely happen? All right. We got the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is going to get to the point where this is going to be too much. And this is where you're going to feel real run down. Okay. Feeling real weak. And I feel like you might just go ahead and choose to just give into it. Okay. It's going to be exactly what I said. It's like you can't fight it no more. You can't resist it no more. Like, this is what it is. And you're going to be going in. And that's just what it is. Like, y'all just going to have to just jump. Nobody wants to make the first move. So somebody going to push somebody in the pool. Next thing you know.
Ice cream.
Just telling you. All right. What else? Okay. Once y'all take that first step, this is the second time that 3 of Wands has come out. Once y'all don't cross that bridge, both of you are going to be really reflecting and analyzing on what is the path to move forward. What does this look like? And what does this look like for you and me? Okay. What does this look like for you and me? And here's the thing. So many times people overthink relationships. Listen, there is no blueprint to a relationship. You get the right to make the relationship be whatever it is that you want it to be. Okay. So if y'all want to be polyamorous, y'all can be polyamorous. If you want to be in a relationship where y'all talk 5 times a day, that's what you do. You talk 5 times a day. If y'all want to take turns spending the night at each other's house throughout the week, that's what y'all do. If y'all want to sit around and blow fart bubbles out every Friday night and eat bonbons, that's what you do.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful love. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
But the point is, it's up to you to decide what that looks like. And I think that both of you guys will be taking a step back to reflect on what is most important to you. Okay? You will take a step back to reflect on what's most important to you. I had a card that was flipped over, and I'm like, I know I keep seeing it. Here go another one. And I see another one. But yeah, so it's up to you to decide how you want this to be. If you want something serious, if you don't want nothing serious, if you just needed to know what it was going for, I mean, now look, y'all both know.
I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see you. We see each other.
We see each other. We good.
All right. So this may also become very burdensome to you guys because it's like I'm trying to figure out what to do next. This is where communication is going to come in, okay? And if both of y'all have just withdrawn and y'all both making it weird, then of course it's going to be weird, right? That's going to make it feel so crazy. But what if you actually have a conversation and it's like, man, this man or this woman is checking all my boxes.
I've been waiting on this my whole life.
You may be feeling like you have to do some things to make things move forward. And you may feel like that's what makes this an obligation. It's because now that you got exactly what it is that you want, like, how do I move forward? And if you thought it was difficult before not to disappoint this person, child, let me tell you, it may even get even more problematic once you know that there is a responsibility. To whom much is given, even much more is required. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you. All right? They done put it on you. And now you don't know what to do. You over here just losing your marbles. You just like, oh, why did I do that? And every time you get confused and act like you don't know what you want, you start getting them flashbacks and them memories, boy. Like, oh, you just got to keep moving forward. You just got to keep doing you, boo. Keep doing you. Okay? Keep doing you. Even though it gets complicated, even though it gets challenging, that's what we're talking about. Every relationship is complicated. Nobody has a cookie cutter straight approach to get from point A to point B. Every relationship is complicated. Period. If somebody tell you that a relationship ain't complicated, you know, just to tell them, you know what? Get off my porch. Get off my porch. Because every relationship is complicated. Anytime you're dealing with matters of the heart, it is complicated. Anytime you got feelings for people, it is complicated. Anytime you want to be with somebody, but they got something else going on in their own personal life, because we are still humans. I got a personal life. You got a personal life. We all got lives to live outside of each other. But you know, when y'all in that romantic state, when y'all finally done, you be calling in off of work. You be like, man, listen, man, boy, look at here. I got to be at work at 5:30. Let me go ahead and make this call right now because, bruh, I ain't going to be able to make it. I need about another 3 hours to sleep because I've been up all night. Let me call my boss right now. All right? Because, baby, let me tell you, in the honeymoon phase, they be beating the skin off of that thing. Oh, don't let me go. I'm getting real. Wee. Child, when I tell you, and that's part of the reason why you scared too. That's part of the reason right now why you scared, because you already know this person is coming through with that BDE. Okay, they coming through. They put down to get down. Do you hear me? Like this person come through and you just be like, oh, I already know what's about to happen. But let's be honest. Even with all those things being said, I think that you're going to overshoot your shot. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but with this 10 of Cups in reverse, that tells me that this is going to become so burdensome for you that there really is not a path forward. Okay? It's really not a path forward. You guys are at an impasse. Okay? They may start to say some things that make you feel like they're being controlling and domineering. They may start to say some things and reveal things about themselves that you didn't see before that you find problematic. And that's how you get stuck up in the spin cycle, because you get so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs that you end up being in the Delulu land. And next thing you know, y'all arguing and being petty about stuff. And it's just like, where did this come from? Oh, I know she ain't hang up on me. Next thing you know, you over here in your feelings for real, like. Next thing you know, y'all at an impasse.
Survey said.
And then you over here just like, flag. Thank you, Nakia, for my gift. Then you like, oh, there go another one. And next thing you know, there go another one. You start collecting red flags like you playing flag football, like you trying to keep score. And this goes back to why I'm telling you that you need to pray about this situation. Ask God, your angels, your ancestors, whoever that you believe on a spiritual side, to reveal who this person is to you so that you can make a conscientious decision and a choice prior to jumping in the bed with them. Okay? Prior to. Because you never know what spirit may show you. Okay? Spirit may show you, girl, don't do it.
Try it.
That's the itty bitty dick committee over there. Don't go over there, okay? I'm just saying. Okay? Or spirit may tell you that, you know, maybe you may not want to sleep with this person. Maybe this person gives you the ick. Maybe this person got something that you can't get rid of. And that's why spirit keep trying to sound or blow the whistle. Okay? So this is why I'm encouraging you to pray. Ask, meditate. Don't lead this situation and your curiosity with your feelings. Okay? Listen to your intuition. And I'm telling you this because your spiritual team will be working with you to show you and reveal to you everything you need to know and you need to see. Okay? And because of that, okay, once you start doing that, things may cool off real quick. Things may abruptly start to come to an end. Okay? Things may get very, very stagnant. Okay? And it's almost like, where did this come from? Like, we had all of this great chemistry. We had all of this great energy. And now we're just at this point where it's just like, huh?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
And nobody wants to be in that predicament. We're all at today's age. Nobody wants to keep getting these false starts. Nobody wants to keep getting in these situations where you all excited. Now you're not. You're excited. Now you're not. You're excited. Now, like, don't nobody got time for that. Okay? Because it's hard sitting up here trying to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nobody wants to be ghosted. Nobody wants to be in a predicament where you just over here like going through some things. Okay? Nobody wants to go through that. No more than anybody wants to feel like every time you call them about something, you calling them with an accusation.
Accusation. False accusation. And
false accusations. Okay. So this is why I'm encouraging you and highly recommending that you actually do pray about the situation and ask for help, that you focus on what's important here. If this person checks your boxes, make sure they check all your boxes. Don't be creating new boxes just so you can make them fit into your storyline of what it is that you're looking for. Okay. Because I'm telling you, Once you start really evaluating this person with a keen eye and with precision, you might start seeing all the red flags that you need to see for yourself, because now you're not thinking with your hoo-ha.
Anything else?
Okay? So what I'm telling you is, in essence, go ahead and scratch your itch, okay? Because you're gonna do it anyway. So go ahead and do it. But what I'm telling you is, before you go ahead and do it, make sure you're praying and meditating about what this would mean for you, and ask for signs revealing to you if it's okay for you to go down that path. Because I think once you stop and really look at this, you'll be like, whoa, pause. This ain't exactly what I thought I was getting myself into, nor do I really want to go there.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
All right, angels, what messages do you have for this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? How y'all feeling about this right now? Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Didn't I just tell you? Be very careful and pray about it, because this may result in something that you were not ready to deal with.
Damn!
Deception is here. And deception already came up once before with this double life, liar, deception in another relationship. So there might be somebody in the past that you don't, somebody in the background that you don't even know nothing about. But you are being encouraged to pay attention to the signs, so make sure you pray. Ask for clarity. Ask for wisdom. Ask for insight. All right? Ask for it. Now, Romeo and Juliet. What words of advice do you have for these fire signs dealing with these air signs? Fear, concerns, worries, risk. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth and no wholesome air breathes in, and there die strangle ere my Romeo comes. Okay, so it's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of fear, worry, and concerns going on here. All right, it's a lot going on here. So again, I'm telling you, pray. We've been talking about fear for the last 2 hours. All right. It's important for you to pray about it. Think about it. Okay, don't just jump to it. Now, what are some thoughts that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius may have for this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that they're dealing with? We are not suited for each other. Woo! They already knowing. Baby, they said we are not suited for each other, okay? What thoughts does this fire sign have for this air sign? I'm striving to be a better version of myself. Okay. So that speaks to some of the delays. That speaks to some of the anxiety and some of the fears. It's like you don't feel like you're good enough for them. Okay. And they're like, you know what, you're right, but I will knock your block off. Cause
you know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
All right, boys and girls, what is your takeaways from this reading? How does this make you feel? Does this give you clarity? Does this bring you relief, excitement? Or does this perpetuate the same narrative, right? That, like this ain't helped me at all. Let me know how this make you feel. All right. But I'm telling y'all, this is your chance to choose growth over fear, alignment over ego, and peace over confusion. And let's also be very, very, very clear. Sometimes these types of experiences come along, and I know this sounds very cliche. They're coming to teach you something. But it is the truth. Okay? It was the truth. It is the truth. Okay? That people come to teach you something about yourself. And I'm glad that I've experienced this season of this feeling, because I haven't had this feeling in a long time. Okay? I haven't come across anybody that gave me the warm and fuzzies, got me stumbling like, ooh, you got me tripping. Okay? You got me, it's all the feels, all of the birds and the bees. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Don't act like y'all don't be trying to sing that song. Don't act like y'all don't be trying it. Knowing y'all can't hear the tune. If somebody gave you a stick to hit it with, don't act like you don't know. Tracy, stop laughing at me. All right. So, listen. All right. I want to thank you so much for tuning into PiSeas Tarot with me, your girl, Mimi Lightseer. If this reading moved you in any kind of way, it moved you, helped you, called you out with love, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mimi Lightseer. Go ahead and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you. Remember, this reading is timeless, so you can come back to it whenever you need a little bit of guidance, perspective, or just a spiritual reset. Now, if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, okay, I am currently booking at PiSeasTarot.com, PiSeasTarot.com. Don't be shy. Spirit may have just a little bit more to say specifically just for you. Now, here is my disclaimer, and you see it scrolling across your screen, okay? I will never solicit you for a personal reading. While readings are available, please note that they are booked based on my availability solely through my website at PiSeasTarot.com, okay? I will never reach out to you to tell you, dear, Spirit tells me, blah, blah, blah. I got other things to do with my time and my day, okay? So if somebody is messaging you using my name, image, and likeness, please know that it's a fake, phony, and a fraud, and it is not me, okay? Always double check to ensure that you're interacting with official channels to avoid any potential scams. My name is at Mimi Lightseer across every platform except for Facebook. And if somebody's on Facebook using my name, no, it ain't me, because I cannot stand a Facebook, okay? I cannot, all right? Now, to all of my new subscribers, I want to welcome you to the pod. We had 12 folks to join the crew today. Ow! So welcome, welcome, welcome. And to my returning guppies, thank you so much for being a part of this space. We had over 1,300 people to pop in the chat today. So I want to say thank you for coming by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even though y'all get quiet when I be talking about y'all. Y'all be trying to turn your neck like y'all don't hear me. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank all of the 6 people who have gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. I am so grateful to you. Thank you for pouring into this space. And let me reiterate to you, okay? In this economy, I don't take nothing for granted. So I thank you so much. It's not just this economy, it's every economy, okay? People work too hard to get what they get just to spend it how they spend it, okay? And so with that being said, I definitely feel like it is super important that I acknowledge and recognize that you be going to work doing the damn thing for whatever you doing to gift me, okay? And I thank you. For those of you who've been asking about whether or not I accept donations, absolutely. You can always cash at me at Mimi Lightseer. $ Mimi Lightseer, okay? So go ahead and, you know, just send me a little Starbucks money, because I loves me some coffee. Thank ya! Hallelujah! Okay, now let me stop, because I'm over here going crazy this morning, all right? Now remember, y'all, everyone is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with others just as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not _ capital letters, not your business. But how you respond is. That is where your power lies, okay? Leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye. Happy Friday. Yay.